Today's tip is to focus on your running form. Whether you're just starting out or have been running distance races for years, or you fall somewhere in between, it's likely you've given more thought to running distance, time, and location than how to run. That is, your running form. Now, I'm sure you've thought about form in other types of workouts, like receiving cues during fitness classes when you're learning how to properly perform squats or bicep curls. But taking some time to focus on your running form may not have crossed your mind. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Running is a natural skill. Even if it doesn't feel like a skill right now, I'm sure you ran around as a kid. And if you're running for fitness, you have your own unique running style. It is, however, worth taking a look at that style, especially if you find that you regularly have joint stiffness or pains after you run. Now, first, I'll say that forcing yourself to run differently than what comes naturally, like actively trying to land on the front of your foot or midfoot, or changing your stride length, can lead to injury and make you less efficient. Instead, it's important to make the way you run work for you. These form tips are more about enhancing your unique running form than forcing you into a completely different way of running. So, the first tip is to focus on running tall. Running tall just means being as upright and balanced as possible. Straighten your spine and lift your chest up, no hunching over. Your shoulders should be pulled back and down. Your head is stacked directly over a straight spine and neck. Imagine a string is attached to your head, lifting you upward and gently pulling you forward at the same time. Tip number 2 is to keep your elbows back, thinking about touching your waistband with each stride. This ensures that the arm drives back opens up behind the body. Keeping your elbows back helps with tip number 1, as it shifts your balance upright and forward. This arm position also helps ensure that your arms travel in a forward and backward direction. If your arms only stay in front of your body, they tend to swing across the center line of your body, which wastes energy in sideways and rotational movements. Tip number 3 is to run soft and quiet. Imagine you're running through a china shop or running on thin ice. This reduces your foot impact, which in turn reduces the stress on your bones, joints, and muscles. Now, this last tip is specifically for how to run hills. While running uphill, think about shortening your stride and picking up your knees and lean into the hill. Pump your arms at a slightly faster pace and shorten your stride length, keeping in mind that the steeper the hill, the more arm motion you will need to climb uphill. While running downhill, keep your body at the same angle as the hill and lower your arms. Try to land lightly on the ball of your foot. That's it. Try and think about these 3 cues, plus the hill cues, during your next run and see how you feel. Now, to reap the full benefits of these form cues, you will also need to make sure that you're paying attention to your strength, mobility, and flexibility when you're not running. There will be more on this in later episodes, so just stay tuned. When you take some time to focus on your form, you minimize the effort required to run the same distance while maximizing the health benefits. You ensure that the time you set aside from your busy schedule to fit in your run is used in the most efficient way and gets you closer to reaching your health or weight loss goals. Willpower not required.